Welcome back, everybody. I realized that I do a lot of cooking and things on here that I never really showed you kind of the basics, what you need to get started. So I thought I'd do my version of it. There's so many other ways out there I've learned off YouTube, thank goodness, and so I'm just going to give you my personal opinion. I'm no expert. There are a lot of others out there that I learned from, and they are really good ones. But I thought I would at least do mine. Basics is a 12-inch Dutch oven. Most people will tell you that that's a good one to get started with. And I don't use the deep. A lot of people will say get the deep because you can do bread in it. I've done biscuits in this one. But this was the one I started with, was a 12-inch. I use Lodge. I like to stick with the American-made ovens. That's just my preference. And then you might want to get a lid stand for after you're cooking. When you take off the lid, place to put it so it's not in the dirt or the grass getting underneath here, any particles of dirt. And you can always take 2 bricks and put them on the ground and set that on top too if you don't want to get a lid stand just yet. There's different ones. There's a solid one just like this, or you can get one that folds up. And I got a couple of these, and just bring them out and set them on the ground. You've got yourself a lid stand. The other thing that you're going to want to get is gloves. You want some gloves because you're going to be handling this and it can get hot. You might want to lift up your pot and then have your hand to tip it. You might want to take it and go like this with whatever's in there. Then the lid lifters. I prefer these right here. They are so much easier than these. I have some, but you can just, of course it's kind of high. Usually I'm down in the fire, but you can just lift up the lid. But you can see it's kind of wobbly. So I prefer this kind. Put it on and lift up. Very solid. And then I have the longer one. If it's down in the fire, I can just reach down and get it from the fire. Now, also, when you're cleaning them, you might want to get one of these little scrapers. Lodge makes them. You can get them at the places that sell these. And they're great to get into corners because they're rounded corners for scraping and cleaning. And you'll want a charcoal shovel. Typically, after you've started your coals, you can bring these out to do your cooking. But the shovel works great if you end up getting a table for it. Which you guys have seen that before, I think, in my videos. Of course, and the other thing about the tongs, you want to get a good 16-inch or longer tongs. I mean, there are shorter ones for barbecuing and things, but that heat comes up, and when you're in here and you're dipping into your charcoal, it starts getting hot. You're going to need some fluid. And then I just have a bottle of my olive oil. I keep it like this so that I can just whip that in there instead of having the container. I just keep that around. The plywood, is for on my table like this. If I'm cooking and I bring my pot up here to start serving, I put it on the wood. I don't have to worry about burning anything, my tablecloth. So I keep that thing around also. I want to show you a couple other things that you can add to it if you want to, that'll help you make up your mind on this. And I forget who showed this to me, but I bought a 16-inch pie pan, pizza pan, and I would set those on my bricks, and I'd put my briquettes here, my charcoal, and then I would set my pot on top. I'd have the charcoal, and then I'd have the charcoal on the top. And I use that for cooking. So this is what I would call for the basics. You want that piece of wood for putting the hot pot on, your gloves, your charcoal starter, your 16-inch tongs, a charcoal shovel, a lid lifter, of course your pot, and maybe a lid stand and the scraper for cleaning. Well, thank you guys again for joining me. I appreciate it, and we'll see you around the campfire again soon. I got a couple things I want to start doing again, so appreciate it, and good luck to you if you decide to get into this and start purchasing some products. Hope that helped. Oh yeah, this is fun stuff, that's for sure. Like I say, there's a lot of good information out there, so enjoy. See you around, you guys. Thank you.